What is up, Clashers? Here we are on the strategy for this weekend's event, the McLaren event. We're going to give you some tips for the boost before we start with what to do and when to do it in the tracks. Right, you would like to pick drivers that have higher qualifying stats over race starts at this moment because of the buff of the boost. Let me explain. For example, you cannot boost your qualifying stat with any booster. It will not improve your qualifying stat, but it will massively improve your race start by, I think it's 25 points max that you can give out to your driver. So, for example, someone like Max Verstappen that has a really high qualifying stat, he will qualify higher than your opponents or any other driver. For example, you add in the 20 to 25 points on a race start, and you have one very buffed up Max Verstappen that will completely annihilate anyone or any other driver in front of him or behind him. He will have a massive gap on race start at the very beginning of the race. So, yeah, that is something that you have to take into consideration. There are other boosts that you also must take into mind, like tuning, ode, or even boosts with good reliability for tracks like Singapore. So a lot of things are changing with these new boosts. I personally like it. The feedback from my clubs and other players, they also do like it. So I do hope that Hutch have in mind that they will keep this method of boost, this little buffer I gave them. Not little, quite a lot. It's like boost on steroids, isn't it? But yeah, keep into mind, qualifying has now overtaken race start for your driver stats, because you can massively, obviously, put a boost that will increase the race stats, and you will always get a perfect race start. Like 9 out of 10 times, you will get that perfect race start. So, let's start off with Australia. We got nothing on the remarks. This one is still under investigation, we can say. We're still testing this track out. So, at the meantime, we're going to go still with the 4 hards on both drivers, but on driver number 1, the one that qualify the highest, a 2 soft, 3 medium, 3 medium. I don't know how much this will change with the new boost, but we are keeping still the old method because we have not tested it. This is our first GP, so we will test it here. Barcelona, we do have on the remarks that all AI pit in lap 5. So the undercut with a strong boost, push, and you should be able to get the job done in the wet conditions. Right. Another thing I would like to say before we carry on, a lot of wet weather in this GP, so make sure you do check your climate. Make sure you do go into your AccuWeather and make sure that you do not run your dries while it's raining. For Mexico, for the wet weather, all of the AI will pit in lap 6. This is outside information. I have not tested it myself, but we do trust our strategy team. So a 4 wet for your high qualifying driver, and your low qualifying driver will go with a 5-3. From the back row, you can change it to a 3-5. Push as much as you can, and then do hope with the 5 laps that you do the undercuts pretty well. For Silverstone, we have it marked in green because we have tested it this various times, and there's nothing more that I believe that can beat this strategy. All AI will pit in lap 4, so the undercut with a 3-4 will be best. Make sure you do not heavily stack your drivers. And then for the front row, you want to go for a 2 soft, 3 medium, and a 3 medium, 2 soft. Right, from the mid row, we do have a 3 medium, 4 hard, but this can easily be changed if your race start from the mid pack goes all the way up to the front. Then your 3 medium, 4 hard will change for a 3 medium, 2 soft. This all depends how much gain you will get in that first lap. Right, over to Suzuka, another one marked in green because we are also confident with this strategy. For the wet weather, most of the AI will pit on lap 4. So you will do the undercut with a 3 wet, 4 wet. Now, why do I have 4 wet, 3 wet? For your high qualifying driver at the front, because you're starting at the front, that means that you will not budge up and get all the Q. You will be the first one to pit. You can do the 4-3 and then you do not have to stack up your drivers, so you can gain maximum points. Monza, one of my most hated tracks, but from the start of the front row, we have swapped it for a 2 pit stop strategy with a 2 soft, 3 medium, 3 medium, and a 3 medium, 3 medium, 2 soft. You can find the alternative 4 hard, which is quite effective, but not the best. But it is what we can do at Monza currently. I think that track needs a little bit of changing, but it is what it is. And we're going to go over to Hungary. Hungary, no remarks. And also Imola, no remarks. Imola, we haven't raced in this GP in a long time, I believe. So we are sticking to the old formation of the 2-stop for your high qualifying driver. And then your low qualifying driver will go for 1 stop, because stacking in Imola does hurt. It is painful, so we opt for the second strategy of a 2-stop for your high qualifying driver. Hungary, I believe that most AI pit in lap 5 when it's wet, but we'll add that on the remarks on this GP. So that is that, guys. So remember those pit boost tips. We're going to catch you up in the track. I hope I actually do defeat all of you, but I know that will be impossible. I know there are players out there that you guys are really good, but I shall try my best and defeat you all in the track. So happy racing, enjoy the event, and we'll catch you up in the next video.